We are back.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a 2-week break. A little vacation.
Yep.
Season 4, episode 40, Mainly Stoopid podcast.
Here we go.
First show of 2025.
Fucking crazy. Well, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. We checked some things off the list.
Nice.
Yeah. Got an ice maker.
Nice.
So that'll be sweet.
Like a countertop ice maker?
No.
Oh, like a real,
Like a
legitimate ice maker.
like 100 pounds a day.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see how that goes. Have not even unboxed that yet. So
Nice.
no real sense. It's been too fucking cold.
I
to
mean,
do
it's
anything.
it's ice outside right now.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, ice fishing at this point is
It's on.
it's looking like it's going to happen
Yeah.
for people.
Which is good because duck season is wrapping up early for your old boy G Money here.
What's that?
Well, the other day, I was tinkering on the boat a little bit.
Yep.
And I thought I had it. Sounded like it was idling perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It had been declining over the season. I was like, maybe we just gotta give her a little love. So fucked with it a little bit when it was still warm out and I could run a hose. So did that. Then put it in the water on Sunday. This past Sunday. It was approximately fucking 16 degrees out. Started after a little while. Started hard. I was like, that's not great. Put it in gear to go backwards. Died immediately. I was like, huh. Turned it back on. Started right back up. Put it in gear to go backwards and gave her some throttle. Died. I'm like, alright, well, that's not fucking great. Started up again. Put it in forward. Died. And I looked at my old man and I was like, I'm not pulling the cover off this to fuck with this thing right now. I was like, I'm done. Fuck this. Go home. Be home by fucking 6 o'clock. Whatever. That's what we did. And then I texted Timmy and said, hey, what do you got? You around? And he didn't respond. And my dad called Webb Hannett, where he's got his boat. And Kyle's out. He was at training or some shit.
Yep.
So my dad's like, the guy's like, call Dover. So called Dover. Dover said, yeah, we can get you in. Not many people having us work on boats right now. Yeah, that's...
Imagine.
Yeah. So he dropped it off over there. I get a phone on Monday. I get a phone call yesterday. Hey, this is fucking Steve from Dover Marine. How's it going, bud? Good. Hey, just looking to see if you'd approve another hour of work. I want to do a little bit more discovery. I said, Steve, what are we trying to discover? He goes, well, I'm not positive, but I think your number 2 cylinder is not doing so hot. I go, well, what leads you to that conclusion? He goes, well, did a compression test. I said, okay. He goes, cylinders 1 and 3 are perfect. 135, no worries. I said, okay. He goes, and number 2 is 80. I go, Steve, got to be honest with you here, bud. No. I said, for what that motor has been through in the, 9 years that I've owned that boat, pretty sure there's probably no coming back for it. He's like, I can look and see if we have like a parts power head and we could put something together for you to run the rest of the year. I was like, Steve, you feel the weather outside? I said, I'm not putting that boat back in the water if there's any doubt in my mind that motor is not going to work. He's like, yeah, that's probably a good call. I was like, yeah, I thought so. He's like, well, I wish I had better news for you. I was like, I mean, it is what it is. An engine can only run on fucking no water intake for so long and get started at fucking 0 degrees so many days in a row.
She's started a lot of cold mornings.
She has had a good life.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the upside is you don't have to winterize it.
No. I don't even know if I'm going to take the battery out of the fucking thing. I might just throw a tarp over it and fucking call her macaroons. Mm-hmm. So that's Saturday's project is tuck the boat in. I'll probably pull the battery just so I don't completely fuck that one up.
Yeah.
I definitely left it in it last year. So yeah. It does just so happen to be that I have been hunting a new boat here pretty hard.
So it just gave you...
Yeah. I'm going to probably repower it. I already talked to Tim about it. He's like, well, I'll keep an eye out. He's like, what are you looking for? I said, 50 to 90. Whatever. He's like, 90? I said, fucking 18-foot Lund Alaskan transom says it'll hold a 90. I'll fucking slap a 90 on that fucking thing.
Make a flats boat out of it.
You know how fast that fucking boat would be?
Right.
That boat is scary as it is, just because of how light it is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it can take some waves.
It can. Yeah. Them waves that are created by a tugboat.
Yeah. Just rubbing my finger.
Yeah, you're fine.
You get that on them big jobs.
So, yeah. So that was a little bummer, but also kind of done with duck hunting right now. It is so fucking cold.
I don't envy you.
It was a great year. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Killed a lot of birds, but it's, all good things come to an end.
Yep.
Might take the weekend off, clean up from duck hunting season, and throw everything upstairs and get the boat put away. Maybe then I'll think about getting my ice fishing stuff out.
Yep. I've been tying.
You've been back on it, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm tying a bunch of hare's ears for my boss. Working on stuff for you. I finally got that dubbing spinner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was messing around with it.
Was that a Christmas present?
No, I had to buy it myself. It was a Christmas present that I just bought.
Yeah.
A late Christmas present for myself. I bought that and a new UV light. That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. Ian and I Zoomed the other night for 45 minutes. I tried updating my Zoom account so I could create a new meeting and do it for more than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But for some reason it didn't take. So we just ended up FaceTiming, which worked fine.
So I was thinking we should just do Instagram lives because you can all join.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other people that
Yeah.
can drive a conversation that aren't necessarily tying because the three of us get on a Zoom call together and don't say fucking 6 words.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up shooting the shit with Ian more than tying. And it was just, it was nice. It was cool to, but I messed around with that because I'd never used one before.
Yeah.
And I just put dubbing in it, spun it, and it like made this perfect fucking dubbing doodle rotary, used the rotary function of my vise for the first time. And super tight, buggy, nymph looking. Wasn't really tying a fly when I did it, but it's cool. I got a shitload of fly tying material from Mike's father, from Evan. A lot of streamer stuff. A patch of polar bear fur,
Huh.
which I'm not even sure you're allowed to possess, but I have some.
Does it feel sweet?
Kind of like coarse. Supposedly it's super buoyant.
Yeah, I think their hair is hollow.
Yeah, it's like deer hair almost.
Yeah.
So, got that. I'm trying to think what I got if I got anything cool for Christmas. I did. Mandy bought me an Arctic lunchbox cooler. It's like their version of the Yeti
Yeah.
flip cooler, which is super nice. Which is giant compared to what I was using for a lunchbox, so that's awesome. I can stand up my Yeti water bottle in it, which is nice, but it collapses all down into, like, the top is hard, and then the bottom's hard, and you can collapse it down for storage.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And it clips in, so, yeah, pretty neat. Other than that, I got clothes. Mandy bought me a new hat. One cool thing she got me, she was at a craft show earlier this year,
Yeah.
and there was this kid there with his mom he was tying his own flies and selling them. So she bought me one of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a little black ghost. I was like, did you get the kid's name?
Yeah.
She's like, no. Well, whatever.
They're in that craft mode. There's no telling what's going to happen.
But yeah, it's good. I don't know if I told you, but for Christmas for my father, I cemented myself as the favorite son
Yeah.
on that side of the family. So Rob O'Neill is the Navy SEAL that's credited with
Yeah.
double tapping Osama bin Laden in the head. And he has a book out about that and his experience as a Navy SEAL. I've read the book, listened to the book a bunch of times. So I was like, oh, I'll get it. I'll order that for my father. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I emailed his company and I said, is there any way I can get an autographed book? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Just tell us what you want. And we'll have Rob sign it and fill it out. So I got him an autographed copy of the book. And it's like 2 First Sergeant retired, Frederick Caveen, Semper Fi, do or die. And he opened that up and he was like, I was like, yeah, right, I'm done here.
Yeah.
Mandy's parents got us an indoor electric grill, smokeless grill.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty sweet. And I mean, you can also set it up on a table outside if you wanted to. But and then a $100 gift certificate to a meat market in Sanford. So I thought that was pretty neat. A lot of useful gifts this year, which I like.
That's what I was practical with everything I did this year. I was just like, I got my old man the Sitka gloves. I got Leah I got her a set of the battery powered heated socks.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of other shit.
Yep.
The biggest thing was like getting stuff for the girls that, like, I relented and did one craft thing.
Yeah.
But everything else is like functional.
The best money I spent this Christmas was the money I paid Jonathan's daughter to come over and wrap my gifts for me. She came over on a Sunday morning while Mandy was out with her friend. I paid her $20. It took her an hour. And all the gifts were wrapped. That I needed wrapped. Done. So, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's too bad that we don't have a mall anymore where you could just walk
Right.
through and hand them to the people and be like, here you go.
I haven't even been to the mall.
I haven't either.
I haven't been to the mall in a decade.
We went a couple of years ago. It was fairly depressing.
The last time I went was when Mandy and I, the first Christmas that Mandy and I started dating. And that was 10 years ago.
We went. It's actually not a bad place to go just to walk around. You're allowed to bring dogs in now.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I might just take the puppy over there and just go walk around the mall.
Yeah.
It's fucking way too cold to go do.
Speaking
outside.
of walking, I've started walking 3 days a week.
Yeah?
In the morning before work with Mike and one of his buddies. We go walk in this cul-de-sac. And then when we get done walking, we go inside, have a couple cups of coffee, and go to work.
That's good.
Yeah. It's kind of like I feel like I'm a retired old man walking. One of the Scott, the guy we walk with, he's wearing a reflective vest.
Oh, Jesus.
I told him, I was like, we need like matching tracksuits or something.
You guys should all get the same hat or something.
Poor Mandy. She always gets me some sort of fly fishing related hat for Christmas. And this year, she did research on the internet and found a Maine-based fly company and bought me a hat from there. Super nice hat. But I wore it once, and she's like, do you like the hat? I was like, well, I don't want to... I appreciate you getting me the hat, but Garrett and I have done a massive amount of shit talking of this guy on the podcast. And she's like, well, didn't you buy stuff from him? I was like, yeah, I have. But then I found out after that he's kind of a douche canoe. She's like, I'm sorry. I was like, sorry, I may just peel the patch off the hat. It's a cool hat.
Yeah.
Like, it's a nice hat.
Just take some black Sharpie to it.
Yeah. I was trying to I should get a Mainly Stoopid patch made and then have just sew that on
Yeah.
over it. So that's what I do. I bought myself this hat from Rep Your Water.
I tried to buy a bunch of shit off of Sitka the other day. And one of the things I ordered, they just canceled on me. And I was like, and I could still go on the website and buy it the next day. I was like, well, then update your fucking website if
Right?
it's not fucking available, you motherfuckers.
I ordered a bunch of stuff from Trident tying material.
Yeah.
I don't think I told you, but I ordered it. So I was looking at it at work on my work computer, and I was like, I'll order it later or whatever. I got busy. So that night at home, I wasn't thinking of it. I pulled the website up on my phone. It wasn't in the cart, obviously. So I put everything in the cart, and then I signed in my email address. And unbeknownst to me, it put everything in the cart from...
Oh, because you were signed in.
at work.
Yeah.
So I have 3 hairs masks that I'll probably use one of ever.
Yeah.
3 packages of some sort of hook, which I'll end up using, but I didn't even realize it until I got the package. And
You tripled up on everything.
I was like, whoops. I was talking about it with Ian last night. He's like, oh, well, maybe I've done that before. Maybe we could trade some stuff off. I
Yeah.
was like, perfect. Mandy for Christmas, she got me in my stocking, got me a full set of Sharpie markers, all the colors, which made my TISM happy, because I only have, black, but now for, if I want to color it white thread, a different color that I don't have, I can, if I don't want to change threads.
Our wives must have talked, because Leah just randomly gave me a whole pack of Sharpies. So I
Really?
was like, the fuck are these for?
Yep.
She's like, I don't know. I was like, okay. Seems like a really random thing to throw in a stocking, but well, whatever. Did we talk about sea duck hunting?
You messaged me. No. You didn't message me.
On here.
No, we haven't.
So I did my first true Maine sea duck hunt.
I saw pictures of it, and you posted some pictures.
It was fun. I do that about once every, maybe once a year. Once a year would be pushing it for me.
What's the allure of it, I guess? Action?
Yeah. You could shoot a fuck ton of birds.
Yeah.
Like, and shooting limits.
Yep.
Like,
I've never eaten an eider before.
they suck.
Do they?
So they went to Mike Horning for coyote bait. Craig's like, hey, you know Mikey Horning? I said, yeah. He goes, I talked to him about giving them to him for coyote bait. I go, yeah, you can have them. I was like, the only thing I want is I shot my first old squaw ever, and so I kept the tail feathers out of the old squaw because they look sick.
Yep.
We shot 3 eiders, 2 old squaw, and then like 15 fucking scoters. Like, we fucking put a beat down on scoters. Sitting right behind Nubble. It was wild. Like, I wonder if you could hear at Nubble the shooting.
Really?
Well, I mean, we're literally just on the other side of the island. But you are on the other side of the island.
Yep.
So I'm like, I don't know if you can actually hear it. Maybe. But we were tucked away. You couldn't see us from like where all the tourists go, but we were definitely killing birds.
Cool. I've never been sea duck hunting. One of Mandy's friends' husbands messaged me and asked me if I knew. It was like right after he follows the podcast.
Yeah.
And you posted the sea duck hunting pictures, and he messaged me and asked if I knew of any guides that guided sea duck hunts, and I was like, not anymore.
I know a couple guys in Maine, but none of them are down here.
Yeah.
And the only ones that I do know that were guides down here, I would highly not recommend. But after doing it, it's one of those things where I'm like, I could easily see myself buying a Banks and just guiding sea ducks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give 2 fucks about killing sea ducks. I'll take someone out if they want to pay me fucking $500 a day.
Yeah.
Sure. Like,
well, it's also a good way to take somebody out and say that they shot a limit too,
Yeah, and I mean, so Craig was like, I want to take you out sea duck hunting. I was like, okay. Now, mind you, he's using all of my own sea duck decoys that I've collected over the years. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about sea ducks. Like, because he talked to me about it last year, and he's like, I might take my 13-foot whaler out, and if it's calm enough, I'll go out around the corner and set up somewhere on the rocks. I was like, you do you, boo. I don't give 2 fucks to kill a sea duck. I was like, I want to kill something I want to eat. I don't want to just go kill birds and, like, okay, we're giving them to fucking somebody for
coyote trapping.
For coyote trapping. I would one day like to shoot another old squaw. They're just such a cool looking bird. I would love to have one of those mounted. I feel like obligated to shoot a big eider, like a nice male, full plume, and get that mounted just because of where we live, because it's sort of like world renowned.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
Do you have any birds that you've mounted? No?
No,
No?
I've never mounted a bird.
Your dad has that one Drake Woody.
He's
right?
got a one wood duck. That's where but I'm also like, well, what am I going to do with them? Like, I would put them up like in my office, but then I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't really mean that much to me. Like, it does a little bit. Like,
Somebody was selling a full moose mount on Facebook Marketplace, and I wanted to buy it and put it up in our living room. And Mandy was like, absolutely not. That'll take up that whole wall. I said, it would be fucking awesome.
it would be pretty sweet.
She was like, wouldn't you rather shoot your own moose? I said, I don't know if that'll ever happen again. This one's right here.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Then we'll have two.
Yeah. There's a wall in the kitchen.
So needless to say,
You do not
I
own.
don't have a moose mount.
No.
No. And I was like, what if I did shoot my own moose and wanted to get it mounted? Would you let me hang it? And even then, she couldn't give me a straight answer. I was like, well, whatever. We're fighting.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know. I've never really been like into mounting.
Yeah. I mean, if I shot a nice deer, like a shoulder mount, I'd like to do that. Or a Euro mount or something like that. But, like, I don't necessarily see getting a fish mounted or anything like that.
No, like
I like pictures of fish.
I have my dad's got his father's skin mount of a brook trout, which is sick.
I thought that was at Eldridge.
Uh-uh.
No?
Nope. It was.
But he took it back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jim, I'm going to need that.
No, it was Scott.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I'm gonna need that back.
Did he fight him on it at all?
No.
No.
But yeah, it was
Nobody does skin mounts anymore.
no. No.
Evan he caught probably 15 years ago now, he caught a 48-inch Atlantic salmon that they named it Big Ugly. And it was had that nasty fucking kype.
Yeah.
Just gnarly male big Atlantic salmon. And like 5 years ago, he got a wild hair across his ass. He says, I want to get that fish mounted. So Scotty Hansen's uncle does hand-carved mounts and stuff, and gave him a picture of it, like an old fucking just 4x6 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Fucking it came on like this. He got it made like mounted on this big piece of driftwood. Fucking, I mean, the crate it came in was as big as that desk.
Yeah.
Just, and then he sent it up to the lodge where he caught it at.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But,
Yeah, I'd like a sailfish mount, but just do one of like, you could just go buy those.
yeah. Well, I've always like my thing with like the mounts is like having it be something that you caught, or because then there's the story that goes along with it. And like I have pictures of brook trout and stuff hanging up in my fly tying room, like art that I really, really like. And stuff like that paddle that's hanging up on the wall. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm more of like, I wish I had the time and patience to sit down and like actually print out some of the photos that I do have.
Right. I mean, we all have 1,000 photos of fish that we caught in our phones.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm just not that patient and that, like, I don't know.
But one of Mandy's good friends, she does needlepoint, And for Christmas last year, Mandy had her make me a needlepoint striper. So it's like, it took her like 60 hours to make this fucking striper. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, how do you do something like that for that long?
Yeah. And she tries to sell some of this stuff. I was like, if that took you 60 hours, what you'd have to sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I don't make any money at it. I was like, okay.
I mean, I guess it's one of those things where you look at, like, if you're going to do it anyways, is your time really, you're not charging dollar for hour, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just new.
Do anything for New Year's?
We stayed up till midnight. Then I got up at 4:40 in the morning and went and hunted. A day after New Year's was not a great day. New Year's Day was not a great day to be outside.
It was pretty cold that day, right?
Cold, fucking driving rain,
Yeah.
windy as fuck. It was fucking miserable.
We went to Mandy's parents' house and we played Monopoly with Abel.
Yep.
First time he'd played Monopoly. Boy, he learned a lesson that me and his aunt are fucking
Cutthroat.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys play, but I was playing with like the fact of, I'll sell you this piece of property, but I don't pay rent on it if I land on it. Like those types of clauses.
Yeah.
And I owned like one piece of property, but I didn't pay anybody rent because I made all those deals. But I had a shitload of money because of it. And he was buying up everything he could, and he didn't have any money. And then every time I'd land on it, I'd be like, "Sorry, dude."
Sorry.
He did like fucking boardwalk and shit like that. But,
You agreed to no fucking rent.
yep.
Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, we stayed here just before New Year's. We were at Walmart for some. Oh, I had to get oil for my truck. I did an oil change on my truck, and we were walking through, and they had those fucking like poppers
Yep.
for New Year's, and the girls were like, "Can we get some?" I was like, "Whatever." It's like literally $4. It's like, grab fucking 3 packs. So then it was like 10 o'clock at night, and they're like, "We want to go do them." I was like, all right. It's better than doing it at midnight when, as soon as the ball drops, I'm going to tell you, both you dumbasses to go to bed. Because you want to stay up and watch the New Year's Eve on fucking whatever, NBC. It's terrible. Like, we ended up watching the country one.
Yep.
Where, like, Jelly Roll performed.
That was the one like Nate Bargatze was hosting.
Which was good.
Yeah.
But, so we went outside, did those in the front yard so the dogs didn't eat it all. But, yeah.
Yeah, if you did those inside, Mom probably would have been like...
She would not have been real happy.
Yeah, you would have gotten shot.
Then we got some of that came with a pack of those. Do you remember the little white things you throw at people and they snap? Came with like 6 boxes of those.
Really?
I still have like 4 boxes left.
Yeah, I got a box of those. Abel got a box of them, and he gave me one. I was like, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever when I'd fucking snap my finger and then make noise. He's like, that doesn't hurt. I was like, no, it doesn't hurt. And then I started throwing them at him. I taped some to the underside of the toilet seat at the shop one time.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Harmless joke, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we hunted a bunch, worked a bunch.
Christmas is weird this year, being on a Wednesday.
Yeah, you just kind of like go have Christmas, and I went to work the next day.
Yeah, same.
I was like, okay. I took 2 days off before Christmas. It was such a weird, like, break for, like, my whole group at work.
Yeah.
Like, there's 5 of us including my boss. And like 2 people were off the entire time. My boss and one other guy worked Monday, Tuesday. I took Monday, Tuesday off. I came back. I was the only fucking person from my department for 2 weeks. I'm like...
That must have been awkward.
He comes back. My boss comes back and he's like, "We good?" I was like, I mean, I still have a job, so sure. But thinking Friday, going down to the boat show.
Oh, yeah?
Down to Boston.
I think the fly fishing show is next weekend.
Yeah.
Which I don't plan on going.
Good for that fucking gay thing.
They got us 3 years in a row. They're not going to get us a 4th.
Hey.
Those sons of bitches.
There's a fucking Chick-fil-A in Portsmouth now. Get fucked.
Nice try.
Yeah. I'll go sit at Starbucks in Kittery and fucking judge them and then drive to Chick-fil-A. How's that?
Speaking of fly fishing stuff, North Country Cider just posted April 9th. Wednesday, April 9th. This is the fly fishing film tour. Which
I did it early.
It's always been about that.
Is that when it was last year?
Yeah, right around there. So, which I'll definitely go to that. But they're doing like a casting competition this year.
It was kind of awkward last year.
Yeah, there really wasn't. I mean, it was also fucking cold and rainy too last year.
I didn't even get any food last year.
Nope, neither did I.
What kind of Yeti are they giving away this year when I buy a double ticket?
14-ounce stainless, like the mug.
Oh, I'm a big fan of that thing.
Yep, April 9th, 2025. Yeah, get a 14-ounce Yeti mug when you double your donation. Want a fly rod? Cast for conservation at 5 p.m.
Hey, January 12th, they're doing bar flies, tying with Scott Byron.
North Country?
Yeah.
That's a sweet little building that they have over there.
It is a cool spot. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, but...
Yeah, it's kind of an odd location, but I guess, I mean, they get plenty of business.
Fly fishing film tour. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's the stackable one.
Yeah.
I don't have the stackable one. Oh, we didn't make the picture.
No?
Nope.
That's on a Wednesday. Maybe we should see if we can...
Is that my dumbass? Is that me? It kind of looks like me. Top left.
Yeah, that is.
That's me.
Yep.
Famous.
That means Aaron was right next to you, and I was sitting at the high top
Yeah.
right behind you. Because I'm worried that those chairs are going to collapse underneath me when I sit down.
Yeah, they really gotta come up with a little bit better chair there. Especially for as long as that is.
Yeah.
And they need to have, like, a bartender walking around.
Right. Oh.
Or have a different setup of how to get in and out of there.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Like, I would rather see, if it were me, flip that thing 180, have the screen up on the garage doors at the back there.
Yep.
Because then you could kind of get up and sneak out to the bar area to get drinks and then go back in without disturbing literally everyone. Because, like, if you leave that room, you're walking basically through the fucking film.
But, and the week before that's the Fly Fishing Expo,
Yep.
March 29th. So I told you, but I won a $300 gift raffle.
I saw that.
So it's kind of weird how it like played out. Like, so Jeff and his wife came in the shop to buy a chainsaw for, I think, I would assume for like that horror place that they do work for.
Yep.
So I started talking to him. I was like, "Are you Jeff from Holdfast?" He was like, "Yep." So then after that, naturally, I was on Instagram and saw one of his posts, and then I went to his profile and saw that they were doing this raffle. I was like, "Fuck it!" So I entered it. It was $20, and they were drawing on New Year's Day, and I happened to be scrolling Instagram again, and I saw the post, and I saw my name, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Oh, no shit, I fucking won!" So I get an appointment February 12th. I'm gonna get my family crest right on my chest. So
Nice.
yep, it's gonna end up costing more than $300, but oh well.
Girl math.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I thought of it.
Yeah.
I've wanted to get work done by him before. I know you have. I've never.
Yeah.
I've never gotten anything done by him. So I'm excited for that.
I like his stuff.
Yep.
I might see if he'll do a brook trout for me. It was never mind. Yeah, so I think I've settled on I'm looking for a 1553 boat. Second duck boat.
1553.
Yeah, so 15 feet long, 53 inches wide.
That's wide.
Yeah. 3 feet shorter than my current boat. Great 3-man duck boat. Like
Yeah.
perfect 3-man duck boat.
Tiller, obviously.
Yeah. Surface drive. Tiller.
Fucking wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been following like a bunch of these Southern Mud Company.
Yeah.
So apparently, U.S. Coast Guard has changed their regulations. On any boats under, I think it's 18 feet, they are now required to have foam.
Foam?
Yeah.
As far as
For flotation. So like if you take on water in an aluminum boat with no foam flotation in it,
it just sinks.
it sinks. So like Havoc is having to reduce their interior compartment size. That's one of the reasons I want to go to the boat show is there's a couple companies down there. Like Havoc has been down there before,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm hoping someone that represents Havoc is there because I want to talk to them about like what are you looking at for reduced storage capacities
Yeah.
to make up for having to have foam in the boat. Like the Lund has foam. It's got foam under the floor and it's got foam in the back two bunks
Yeah.
just to support the weight of the engine. And but like all these aluminum boat companies haven't had to have foam in them.
Yeah.
So, but they were apparently there's a bit of a problem down south with boat sinking. I mean,
Well, you also got these cowboys buying a 12-foot John boat and putting a fucking 85-horse engine on it.
sending it. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. I have nothing but respect for you, fellas.
I love watching the videos.
Yeah. So,
And that's going to be added cost and stuff.
well, it's not even the cost really. It's really the lack of storage and there's a bunch of companies. So when that was announced, there was a bunch of companies that pre-ordered boats. And so like there's a couple couple of these fucking marinas and boat companies that I follow on every other social media platform that are like, yeah, we're sitting on 90 Havoc 1553s right now because
to get by it.
Yeah.
Because if it was made before a certain point.
Correct.
Interesting.
So I'm like, well, I also don't hate having a little extra flotation.
Yeah.
I mean,
doesn't hurt.
It's certainly not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been researching a bunch of boats. I really like Edge. Edge makes a really nice 15-footer. Excel makes a nice one. The Excel, I want the 16, but Havoc makes a great boat. Reaper makes a great boat. But then I look at all these boats, brand new. I'm looking at the price. And then I look at like a 3 or 4 year old Prodigy. I'm like, that's not that much of a difference.
Yeah.
And Prodigies are so nice.
I don't know anything about duck boats.
Put it this way. I'm about to go spend more money on a duck boat than I did building my Seahawks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see.
I was thinking about boats this year is when it comes time to Thursday night fishing, we're going to have options.
We got all the options.
We've got your boat down here. Go up to your dad's boat.
There's an inside chance there might be George's boat in the water somewhere closer.
Oh, really?
We'll see. We'll see what he can work out. I might see if I can talk to a few people that I know that might have a little bit of space. I don't need much.
Yeah.
It's only 20. And if I could find a place maybe on Badger's Island that doesn't have a sport fish sitting on it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad day.
No, absolutely. Because
So-
then it's just walk down.
Hop on, throw the rods in, off we go.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I'm excited for fishing, though.
Me too.
I was talking with Heath, so Heath wants to go down to the boat show, and I was like, absolutely. And I think Freeman's going to be there. They may have a Freeman 28 there.
Yeah.
So, that would be really cool to walk on.
Yeah.
It was funny, because he and I were talking. He was talking with his wife. I was talking with Leah about going down and bringing the kids. And then he texted me and was like, hey, you want to go? He's like, Boston Boat Show's coming up? I was like, yep. I was like, actually, Leah and I were just talking about it. He's like, yeah, Laura and I were just talking about it. He's like, but do just like you and I want to go? And not have to deal with telling the kids to stop jumping on fucking boat seats and take your shoes off. And I was like, I mean, that sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
That's a much better idea.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, dude. Let's go Friday night. I was like, I'm in. So,
Nice.
go down there Friday night. I think we're going to do... He and I were talking. I got to talk to Aaron and see if Aaron's still doing his Catskills trip.
Yeah.
And what that looks like. Because I think I want to go anyways. So. Or at least.
Catskills?
Yeah, do a trip somewhere. Catskills is fun. Like, I could go spend a day on the Beaver Kill and just explore it.
Yeah.
I know Aaron's like, oh, they stock some of it. But fucking whatever. It's way better than that fucking other river we sat on with you fucker.
We're going to hear about this.
Uh-huh. He's just lucky I haven't dropped the name of that river because I hate it so much. I will never go back to it. I don't even care.
Well, if you're going to go on that Catskills trip, you're going to go with them.
I'm not going on that river. I will never step foot on that river again in my life. I have made this promise to myself.
All right. Is that the one you broke your rod on?
Nope.
No?
I go where I broke my rod, I would go fish that for fucking 3 days. I'd go camp that whole thing. I would bring 2 rods with me, though.
Yeah. I got a new Renzetti. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a Renzetti.
Yeah, you said it last time when you're like, oh, yeah, I still haven't brought you a vice.
I still haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still there. Yeah. So I haven't tied. I'm not coming to tying night until I fucking
You
get my
have
new
a
vice.
vice.
No. No. This is a matter of principle.
Yeah, it's a saltwater series. So I guess the jaws are a little bit bigger. I mean, obviously you could still tie smaller hooks on it.
Yeah.
It's designed for like 4/0 to size 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, darn. You can't do those size 22s.
right. Yeah, which I don't think is ever going to happen. I still have my other one, my smaller one, but one of Mandy's father's uncle passed away, and they found it in his basement when they were going through all of his firearms, and asked Mandy if I wanted it. And Mandy texted me. She's like, "Do you want this fly tying vise?"
Yes.
Yes. And then she brought it home. And she was like, oh, that fly tying vise in the car. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I got up, went outside, and got it. And I brought it in. I was like, this is a Renzetti. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I said, well, it's a sweet vise.
So over break, we took the girls to 2 hockey games.
Yep.
One was at UNH, women's hockey game, versus Maine. It's wild to me how few people go to that.
Yeah. I like watching women's hockey.
I mean, other than not having the hitting
Yeah.
that the men's game does, it's still so fun. Like, so I bought tickets for all 6 of us, for my parents and us.
Yeah.
To go. It was $70.
And you guys were right on the
We
board.
sat on the ice. Like, I could have walked into the bench if I wanted to. It was retarded. And, like, but then we went the next day. I just happened to see on Instagram that the York High School boys were playing in Dover.
Yeah.
Buddy. So Dover.
Don't you think bringing your kids to these hockey games, or one of them's going to want to get into hockey?
So both of them have now asked. Olivia asked to be a hockey goalie, and I said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" I was like, I understand you like playing goalie, but maybe in hockey we don't put our face in front of the 90-mile-an-hour hard piece of rubber. Just a thought. She's like, yeah. I was like, maybe like defense.
And of course, it's like the most expensive position.
Oh, of course, yeah. And then Corinna's like, I want to play. And
I could see her playing hockey.
I could too, and I could see her absolutely destroying a girl's knee, fucking a la Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
With a fucking hockey stick.
Yep.
Yeah. Gets pushed down. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Right across the shins.
She's small, but she's mighty.
Oh, she's got a little bit of anger. Although the other day they were fucking around with something, and Corinna hit Liv, and Liv turned around and returned fire, and I was like, okay. Like, fucking Corinna's crying, and Liv's like, what? She did it to me. And I was like, God damn it. I know. Like, hey, Corinna, there's this little thing in life that's, called the laws of physics.
Yep.
You're better off running away from your sister than you are fighting your sister. But, we've gone to the new... So, for those in the Seacoast area, they've built a new bubble in Somersworth. Have you been up and seen it?
I've driven past it. I haven't gone.
How fucking huge is that thing?
It's giant.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with how they set it up, but I didn't spend the $17 million that has cost. $17 million.
Who operates? Is it Seacoast?
No. It's this New England Sports Hub. They're their own company.
I know the guy I work with, his son is really good at soccer. He's a goalie, too. He goes there.
So, it is New England's largest indoor sports dome. It is fucking huge. It's 135,000 square feet of indoor sports and entertainment space.
Do they have more than just hockey? Just soccer?
Yeah, so they do baseball in there.
Yep.
They're not lined for any other sport other than soccer. Like baseball, they have nets that they can like bring out and make like 3 smaller fields. But it's cool. They have a driving range inside, which is wild. It's all TrackMan, like it's all computerized.
Yeah. So is that what you're gonna do when you bring Liv to soccer?
Well, so that they're allegedly supposed to be putting in. They're talking about putting in a restaurant, full service restaurant and bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, if they do that,
then soccer's gonna cost a lot more money.
Yeah, because then I can just go have like 6 beers while I watch kids play soccer.
That's good. Yeah. The parents all liquored up.
Yeah, exactly. That won't encourage anything.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's really weird how quiet it is in there.
Yeah.
Because of the fans to keep the dome inflated.
Yeah.
Because it's positively pressured. So, like, they have more air coming in than going out.
Yeah.
Like, there's air locks to get in and out. Like,
Really?
You've got to go through, like, a spinning door. So, your ears pop when you go in. It's fucking weird. The girls hated it the first time they went in.
Is the one in York like that?
No.
No?
No. The one in York has a structure. But, I mean, this one is... I don't know if I could kick a soccer ball and hit the roof.
Really?
Dude, it's fucking huge.
I mean, I've seen it because it's behind the car dealership.
Yeah.
So I've seen it, like, just driving down 108. I've never actually been...
It's massive. But it's weird. They put the soccer fields going horizontally in the building, which I understand for space reasons, but also like they didn't make anything going lengthwise.
Yeah.
Like you could almost put a full-size field in there. Like it's big. It's definitely probably wide enough and long enough, but I don't know. I think the opening and execution was sort of rushed.
Yeah.
Because I think they were probably sitting on quite a few bills that...
That's what Mike Godzik, where his son plays, it sounds like that's what the way he was describing it to me was they were kind of like, shit, we got to get some income.
Yeah.
So they were like trying to get all the local soccer clubs and stuff in there.
And I mean, it's a nice playing experience, but it is weird, like how much white noise you get from the fans blowing the air in.
Yeah.
How quiet it makes the
inside
whole experience. So like you can hear golf clubs hitting, like you can hear drivers, you can hear baseball bats, but like when the girls are on the field, it's very, very quiet.
Interesting.
Like it definitely muffles their noise a lot.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But it's a cool spot. Like, it's easy to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, I drove right past it on the way to the works.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Holy fuck. It's intimidating when you walk in.
Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, like the first week we were there, and they'd been open already. They've already done one, like their first like 6-week session started already, and is completed. And now they're into session 2. But I mean, like they didn't even have like, so they've got nets up going all along the field side where like there's a concrete concourse. They've got nets up. Well, up until this week, they did not have any place to actually like enter the field through the nets.
Oh, really?
So the kids were just like lifting the net up and going under. And now they've put in like 1 or 2. Like they had someone come in and cut doors in and like put in some netting and stuff. But I'm like, it's definitely, I mean, none of the bar is done. They basically got bathrooms in.
Yep.
And that was it. Like,
let's get this open.
Yeah. And I don't know how much like any of it costs really. Like,
now Seacoast is operating out of there?
No,
it's through another.
Yeah, the town.
Gotcha.
The town has put 2 teams in there, so we double booked ourselves both days of the weeks. So we're only going to make half of the games for York, and I don't know how many of the games Liv's going to make for York because it's fucked
is
up.
Indoor soccer league.
Yeah, each girl is playing on the same nights they have stuff at Seacoast.
Gotcha.
So, like last night, Liv and I. So I just went. She had a game for Seacoast at 4, and then 4 to 5, and then she had a game at 5:30 in Somersworth. So I had to go from Hampton to Somersworth in 30 minutes. And if it weren't for the fucking stupid lights at the Weeks traffic corner there,
Weeks Crossing.
Yeah, I would have made it.
I hate that intersection.
But you know how kids sports are. They don't run on time all the time. So like we actually got there and they were still warming up. So
perfect.
Oh.
Well,
yeah.
That's about all I got for tonight.
Getting ready for ice fishing.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see my ass out on the ice this year.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to slip and fall. Even with creepers on, there's still a chance. But right now, where there's no snow, it's fucking glare ice.
I know. So that's the other thing is like if we keep it that way. Oh, speaking of, are we gonna get fucking bombed on this weekend or not?
No.
What's your prediction?
Light snow is what I'm seeing.
So Forca right now is calling for 1.67 inches on Saturday.
Yeah, Weather Channel is less than 1 inch on Saturday.
Let's see what. Oh. That won't show me that far out. Damn it. Satellite? How far is that? I don't know. That's like right now. Wind, rain, thunder. That's what we want. So, windy is showing that storm hitting us.
And how much is it supposed to be?
I don't know. It's weird how it shows it. Forecast. Half. So only like 1.3 inches.
Yeah.
Gonna be a fucking heat wave. 27 degrees.
Right.
32 on Sunday. Sheesh.
That's a fucking customer call. We went and picked up their lawnmower today, and they called and asked if they made sure I shut the shed correctly. And I said, "Are you home? Does it look, well, we're in Florida, but the security cameras show the door that shut, but did you shut it correctly?" I was like, my driver normally leaves things the way he finds them. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Drive back and check it? You're in fucking Florida. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. This wind is keeping up for the until Friday.
Yeah.
That's annoying as fuck.
Were we originally supposed to get slammed with a storm?
So it was funny. So Sunday morning, I was looking. I looked and fucking all the weather stations around had like 22 inches of snow.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a massive storm coming. It's just going to stay south of us. But they're saying if it pushes north, there is a chance it is a true proper blizzard. Like Connecticut south is about to get butt fucked, which is great. I'm all on board with
I hope it
Connecticut.
doesn't push too far north, because I am literally the only person at the shop this weekend.
Ugh. That sounds terrible.
Fucking tell me about it. Well, I mean, there'll be a couple guys out back, but I'm the only person at the counter out front. Mike and Barbara in Puerto Rico. And John is having hernia surgery tomorrow.
Nice.
So, fingers crossed it doesn't fucking do that.
Well, because originally they went from like 22 down to like nothing,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, well, what the fuck happened there?
I follow, like, do you follow Northeast Weather Alert on Facebook?
Yes.
Normally, if, like, he is pretty good at, like, if it's going to happen, he could catch it early on. And he's saying light snow on Saturday, not get fucked. But that cold air from Canada that's pushing down is, I think, is saving us.
Yeah. So if that,
And normally he catches it early.
well, so this storm There's a few different models out there,
Yeah.
and like they're like, well, if this thing tracks to what the European model is doing, we're fucked. Like fucked.
Yeah.
But like there's parts of Tennessee that are in the next day or two getting like 8 to 10 inches of snow. So yeah. We are. It is fucking cold though.
Yeah.
It can stop this shit anytime. Would you go away? So. Alright. No. I'm gonna go ride a Peloton.
I gotta go make some dinner.
We had salmon.
Nice. Yeah, he's still saying light snow for here.
T's and P's to those out in LA.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. It's warmer out there right now.
With 90-mile-an-hour winds. Like, that's fucking wild. Like, asking people to leave their cars, leave keys in their cars so they can move them if they evacuate.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of a bulldozer just pushing cars out of the way
Yeah.
so firefighters could get through. Phew. Glad I don't live there. All right.
We'll see you all next week.
Thanks for listening. Garrett will have a full recap of the boat show.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe take some videos for our social media.
I could. Probably won't, but I could.
You could. The chance is there.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I'll get boozed up and just do live interviews.
make sure you get a tiny microphone.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. We love you.
Happy 2025.
2025 is our year.
Hey, we can only go up.
Right? High five.
What
for
we got?
2025.
We got 12 more days till the country gets great again.
What a fucking way to end it. All right. Well, see you then.
Peace.